Checklists are one of the most practical tools inside Garmin Pilot, and they're also one of the most customizable. Whether you want something quick and simple or a checklist system that's tailored to exactly how you fly, Garmin Pilot gives you the flexibility to do both. In this 5-minute mastery video, we're going to look at two different ways to work with checklists. First, we'll cover how to import manufacturer-provided checklists, which is the fastest way to get going, and then we'll walk through how to manually build a checklist system from scratch so you understand how everything fits together and how deep the customization can go. The goal here isn't to debate checklist philosophy, but to show you how Garmin Pilot can help streamline cockpit workflows. Okay, before we start building anything, it helps to understand how Garmin Pilot organizes checklists. Everything lives inside checklist binders, and inside each binder are individual checklists grouped by phase of flight, such as pre-flight, takeoff, and cruise. This structure mirrors how pilots actually operate in the cockpit and makes it easier to keep related checklists together. You can also choose to have separate checklist binders for different types of operations, such as VFR or IFR, if that makes sense for how you fly. The quickest way to get started is by importing a manufacturer-provided checklist binder. To do this, simply add a new checklist binder and select your aircraft's manufacturer from one of the pre-populated lists. Select your specific model, and then decide which checklist you want to include or exclude. These manufacturer checklists are formatted very well and are a great starting point. But with that said, they often contain a lot of information, and personally, I tend to review them, strip them down, and only leave the items that are most pertinent to my operation. The key takeaway is that these checklists give you a solid foundation that you can customize over time rather than starting from a blank page. While imported checklists are convenient, building your own checklist gives you complete control over your structure and the content. This is especially useful if you want to match your checklist flow to exactly how you operate the airplane, or if you want to keep things as concise as possible. Even if you start with a manufacturer's checklist, understanding how to build one from scratch helps you make better edits later. To build a checklist system from the ground up, start by clicking Add New Checklist Binder, and then select New Checklist Binder once more. After giving the binder a name, you'll need to add at least one checklist before you can save it. Once that checklist is added, you can save the binder and then open it for editing. At this point, you've created the container that'll hold all of your checklists. With the binder open, you can begin adding additional checklists and organizing them by the phase of flight. You'll see that normal operating checklists can be further organized by subcategory. Simply drag and drop new checklists into the appropriate subcategories. These categories are pre-flight, takeoff and cruise, landing, and other. You also have abnormal and emergency categories for those checks as well. The important thing here isn't filling everything out immediately, but understanding that Garmin Pilot allows you to build a structured sequence that matches your normal cockpit flow. Once a checklist is created, you can open it, give it a name, and start adding individual line items. Each item includes a call and an action, and Garmin Pilot clearly labels these fields, making the structure pretty intuitive. This layered approach is what makes Garmin Pilot checklists powerful. You're not just creating a static list of text, but a structured checklist that can include interactive elements. Beyond plain text, Garmin Pilot allows you to add smart action items to your checklist. Some of my favorites are the local altimeter setting and airport-specific frequencies, such as weather, ground, and tower. These actions automatically pull the correct information for the airport that you're at, which removes any extra steps during busy phases of flight. These aren't required by any means, but they're great examples of how digital checklists can smooth out a workflow when used thoughtfully. Another useful feature is the ability to define what happens when a checklist is completed. You can configure actions like automatically moving to the next checklist, opening Safe Taxi, or returning to the map. For example, I'll have it take me to the Safe Taxi diagram after completing my taxi checks, and automatically load up the map after completing my before takeoff check. These are convenience features, but they help maintain a flow and reduce the number of taps required during normal operations. Garmin Pilot checklists aren't about replacing judgment or other tools in the cockpit. They're just about organizing information and reducing friction during normal operations. Whether you choose to import a manufacturer's checklist, build a custom system from scratch, or use a combination of both, Garmin Pilot gives you the flexibility to tailor these checks to how you actually fly. Starting simple and refining them over time is often the best approach, and lucky for us, these digital copies are much easier to modify than their printed counterparts. In future 5-minute mastery videos, we'll continue building on this workflow and look at tools inside Garmin Pilot that integrate naturally with checklists.